Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the unique aspects of WinterPromise science programs. One of the great things about WinterPromise science programs is that they really complement well how comprehensive our major themed programs are. When a parent embarks on using one of our themed programs, it's really a very enriching experience, and there's so many neat aspects to that program that for a parent to really delve in and experience all the great things we include in our theme programs include so many wonderful experiences. And some of them are actually scientific, whether they be nature study or what have you. And so our themed programs are so very comprehensive that when it comes to our science programs, we want to keep them really streamlined and easy for the parent to integrate with our themed programs. With that in mind, we take a very easy approach. Our science guides have a 2-day format so that you can complete them in 2 days or do everything in those 2 days in just one. So that makes it pretty easy to fit into your week, whether some parents just do science on like one day and then have daddy or mama do special science on another day and kind of reserve the experiments or nature study for that day. But that's one great thing about our science program, is that it's just very streamlined. It's very easy to fit in with the rest of what you're doing with our themed programs. Because our science programs can also be done in just one day if you choose, many parents find that what they like to do is do our 4-day themed programs on 4 days of the week and save science for that 5th day. Really works out great. And some parents have the 5th day be a day that the mom or dad who isn't teaching typically during the week takes that day and teaches it and has that together time with their family. So that streamlined way of doing things just makes it really simple to integrate with how absolutely rich and wonderful our themed programs are. Now, that's not to say that the content in our science programs isn't every bit as rich as our themed programs. No, it just means that that rich content that you encounter is presented in a way that's very easy for you to quickly integrate and not have a lot of prep or undue elaborate preparations for it. So it really makes it pretty easy to integrate with our themes. Another unique thing about our science is that WinterPromise really uses many different learning styles to teach science. And like we've kind of gone into in some of our other videos, because WinterPromise appeals to so many learning styles, it really does make a difference when you start to talk about a specific approach like science. Most science programs really teach to that scientific, logical, mathematic way of thinking, and sad to say that doesn't connect with every student. There are some very fine science programs out there that are wonderful and in-depth and really great for students, but they're not for every student. WinterPromise really uses the learning styles that appeal to kids who do well in the humanities, so that if they're excelling in history and culture and language arts, they're typically going to excel at WinterPromise science because we cross over and use some of those learning approaches in science as well. So that makes a real difference for parents who have reluctant science learners, and usually they find that their kids blossom with our WinterPromise science studies. Another great thing that's unique about WinterPromise is how just practical the science is. We really do try to integrate it in a way that works for real life families. That means that the experiments you're going to do are neat, clean, and easy using stuff that you can find around the house. They integrate nature study, which involves virtually no prep, other than if you need a special location to kind of go down the road and find a little patch of wetland or something. So those two things alone make it easy. And then of course our WinterPromise science journaling is every bit as functional and usable as the other kind of journaling that WinterPromise includes. So there's just a real practicality to the science. So for those reasons, usually people who use our science just really love it. They love how it complements the comprehensive nature of our themes. They love how it teaches science using different learning avenues than traditional science programs, and they love how practical it is. It makes it easy to make sure your science gets done every week.